Well, hi there, everybody, and good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here. It's about 7:30 in the morning here on this Thursday morning, coming off of some extreme heavy rainfall during the afternoon and evening and overnight hours last night, but it has pretty much come to an end in most spots. Now, we do have flood warnings that are out, and keep in mind, this is at 7:30 in the morning, so this could still change over the next couple of hours if you're watching this later in the day, as these could maybe expire earlier or additional warnings or advisories get issued. But a flood warning until 7 o'clock does include Northeast Franklin, eastern parts of Kearney County, eastern Buffalo County, extreme southeastern parts of Sherman County, southern Howard County, Hall County, northwest and western Adams County, northern and western Hamilton County, Merritt County, southern and eastern Nance County, most of Polk County, and extreme northwest York County. These areas were particularly hard hit with as much as 5 to 8 inches of rainfall overnight. Well, yesterday afternoon, overnight tonight, so there is some additional flooding concerns. And I would say, especially now as the rain is ending, it's going to be your streams and your creeks that are going to be and the rivers that are going to be the biggest concern. Now, as of right now, the only flood warning on any creeks or rivers or anything like that, it is the Wood River between Shelton and Grand Island, which goes until 4 o'clock this afternoon. There's a flood warning out east in the Maple Creek area in eastern Nebraska, just northwest of Fremont. That's outside of our television market, though. But we're going to keep an eye on places like the Turkey Creek in Howard County around Dannebrog, Mud Creek not far from Ravenna and Sweetwater, the Platte River, the Loop Rivers, the different south of the middle and the north Loop Rivers, especially the south and the middle Loop Rivers. So keeping an eye on those to see if there's any rising waters in those locations. There is also a flood advisory out for parts of Sherman and Howard County. These areas were hit hard back on Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, but then got a little bit of additional rain last night as well, another 1 or 2, 3 inches on top of what was 3 to 5 inches the night before. So some flooding concerns there as well. Now, those are your current temperatures. I'll skip by that since that will not matter when people watch this later today. We're going to get into the forecast. Now, the good news is the rain and the thunderstorms are clearing on out, and most of us will be dry today. The only areas expected to get much additional rainfall today, mostly going to be southeastern areas, and these are areas that did not get very much rain yesterday or the last couple of days. So I'm not too concerned about additional flooding outside of the runoff from what we have left this morning. So southeastern areas, the main chance of rain and thunderstorms later this afternoon and early this evening. Isolated severe storms. Then we'll dry things out. Really the only other concern tonight, some areas of fog developing late tonight into tomorrow morning. Now during the day tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies, a little bit of a breezy southerly wind. And then we look to the west and northwest for our next chance of rain and thunderstorms right in here. These will develop. They'll be very hit or miss and isolated, so I'm not expecting widespread thunderstorms. As we get into tomorrow evening, again, those will slide southeastward, but then fall apart after about 10 or 11 o'clock. By midnight, most of it's gone. Should be dry heading to Saturday morning, getting set for what's going to be a very toasty day on Saturday, as you'll see in just a bit. Severe weather-wise, small chance of severe weather over southeastern areas. The main threat, not much of a hail threat. A low-wind isolated hail threat maybe, but mainly going to be a damaging wind gust threat in those southeastern areas with that marginal risk. Even the tornado threat's pretty much close to zero, maybe a small threat way off to our northeast there in north central and northeast Iowa into southwest Wisconsin. Now tomorrow, our attention turns to the west and northwest, a low-end threat of severe weather over west central and southwest Nebraska, highlighted in green here, that marginal risk area. The higher chance is going to be up here in the slight risk area in yellow, includes parts of Cherry County, extreme northwest Brown County, and western and northern portions of Kippahaw County. Wind and hail look to be the primary threats. There is a low-end tornado threat up here to the north. Jumping ahead to Saturday, then, we are going to get a cold front approaching the northwest part of the state. Now, ahead of it, we may see some isolated thunderstorms Saturday evening. So some severe weather is possible. Maybe a little bit better chance across central to north central and northeast Nebraska, where there is a slight risk of severe storms. Damaging wind gusts, large hail, and perhaps isolated tornadoes. Highs today. Most of us will top out in the 80s, near 90 in north central Kansas, upper 70s in northeast Nebraska. Tonight down into the 60s. We'll get to that in just a bit here. Looking at the forecast for Nebraska land days, should be a dry day today. Temperatures getting up into the low 80s by 3 o'clock. I think topping out in the mid 80s late this afternoon, back down to 82 at 8 o'clock this evening. I don't expect any concerns weather-wise for today. The winds will be fairly light. Slightly humid, but not as bad as it will be farther to the east. I mentioned those 60s tonight. There you go right there. Lows in the 60s overnight into tomorrow morning. Start to heat up tomorrow. Upper 80s, low to mid 90s. And that's just the beginning. It's going to get hotter on Saturday. Friday night into Saturday morning, we're talking about lows in the 60s and lower 70s. And again, the hottest day ahead of us will be for most of us on Saturday. Highs well into the 90s. Mid and upper 90s will be pretty common, perhaps close to 100 in northern Kansas. Saturday night into Sunday morning, mid to upper 60s and lower 70s for lows. Sunday starts to cool down, but still pretty toasty in the south and southeast here, low to mid 90s. 80s, mid to upper 80s northwest here as a cold front slides southeastward and cools us off ever so slightly, but it'll also bring a decent chance of rain and thunderstorms on Sunday to our area. Probably our next best chance, to be honest with you. So looking at things right now, the rain is wrapping up this morning in the Tri-Cities area. We'll see decreasing clouds, mid 80s today, low 90s tomorrow. Partly to mostly sunny skies, breezy conditions, a little breezy again on Saturday. Slight chance of a thunderstorm Saturday night, much better chances Sunday afternoon into Sunday night there. And then looking ahead to Monday, maybe still a lingering shower thunderstorm early on Monday, otherwise just a small chance for most of the day. A little bit cooler in the mid 80s, mid and upper 80s. Most of next week is going to be mid and upper 80s. Still some slight chances of showers and thunderstorms Tuesday and Wednesday. Looking ahead to the 4th of July, a pretty typical summer day. Mid to upper 80s and lower 90s during that entire stretch for early July, which is average for this time of the year. Forecast models are hinting at a chance of moisture both early in the morning on the 4th, but also late Friday afternoon into Friday night, just in time for fireworks. So keep that in mind now. It's a long ways out yet. The forecast could change, but it's something we're looking at, kind of an early forecast for the 4th. North Platte, mostly sunny for today with a high in the mid 80s. Looking at low 90s tomorrow, mostly sunny, then a slight chance of a thunderstorm tomorrow night. A slightly better chance Saturday evening. Best chance looks to be Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. Could linger into Monday morning, then slight chances after that. And after heating up for a couple of days there, Friday and into Saturday, we'll cool back into the mid to upper 80s. Again, pretty close to average highs, mid to upper 80s to near 90 degrees or so. And it looks like right now mid to upper 80s to near 90 for the 4th of July, and also that chance of rain and thunderstorms. And in fact, long range, the 3rd through the 9th of the month here, we're looking at pretty average highs, which would be mid to upper 80s for the most part. Cooler than average, and the monsoonal season kicks in the southwest United States. Above average highs expected both to our southeast and back to our northwest during that time frame. Most of the country is still looking at above average precipitation, with much above expected in southwestern parts of the U.S. with that monsoonal moisture, but we could get in on at least chances of rain and thunderstorms off and on during that time frame. Well, I want to thank you all for watching on this Thursday morning. I'll be back with you on Friday, where we'll be less focused on the flooding threat and maybe focused on a little bit of fog to start off our Friday. Thank you all for watching. I hope it's a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Take care, and God bless. Bye.